Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for what is going to be the under $10 makeup tag. It's the video that Taupe just came out with where she used products and all of them were under $10 a piece. That is what I'm doing. It really helped me to rediscover old products that I used to absolutely love. I'm going to be talking about a lot of old drugstore favorites in this video and obviously applying them to my face. It's going to be a chatty kind of talk through tutorial getting ready with me in the morning before work, so that's kind of a switch up here too. Bottom line is, if you want to see how all that works and how it all gets on my face to create the look you see right here, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm starting with my foundation. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte. I used to love this back in the day. It was my go-to matte and super affordable. I think it's like closer to $5 than it is to $10. My shade is 103 True Ivory, but I always struggled with this when I would use it, and so I have 100 Ivory to mix in here, but I'm going to go ahead with 103 because I just have, with summer and getting outside and stuff, have been getting a little bit of sun, so I'm gonna assume 103 is a better match. Yeah, I think that's in fact 100 might be way too light. So one lesson I learned with this is I'm gonna be a little bit, have a little bit of a lighter hand as I go and blend this in. When I do remember using this, I just remember really piling it on, as it was one I really liked. Ultra full coverage foundation, and I still very much do, but lately anyway I have been just applying it to the center of my face and then blending out from there, probably like I should have been all along. But you know what, there are no rules with makeup. You just do what feels right, and for the longest time what has felt right to me has been piling it on, but not so much anymore. So I am just going to run this primarily blended out in the center of my face and blend out from there, because it's always easier to add more, right? A few of the reasons that I love this so much was because of the coverage it gives. It's super buildable while being lightweight. The moussey texture gives skin a really soft focus effect, and it really maintains its matte finish throughout the day, which it is going to be in the 90s today, and I think 93% humidity, despite the fact that we're supposed to be sipping pumpkin spice lattes here now that it's after Labor Day. But I'm cool with it. I get that I'm in Texas now, but it still means that I need some foundations that are going to stand up to the heat and humidity. Alright, blended. Now I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild highlighting and concealing pen. I haven't had bare nails on this channel in a while. I'm about to go in to do the mirror powder, so that's why I have bare nails. I'm giving them a day to breathe before I do that tonight. Now I'm going to do, like I said, Wet n Wild highlighting and concealing pen. I am still up in the air about this guy. I go between applying too much and it gets cakey. This stuff really is buildable and has a really nice coverage, but as a result I treat it like a Touche Éclat, which for me, I have to build and build and build to see anything. Like, Touche Éclat is not my favorite. I find I get more coverage and more brightening effect from this guy, but this is how it happens. Like, I start a little on each side and I just kind of get the excess off on either eye, and then I end up looking like this. I don't know how that happens. Let's see, let's hope it blends. The other trick, this is looking like it's going to blend just nicely without caking up too much, but the other thing that I like to do or grab is that Real Techniques, the new mini sponge, because once I wet that, it puffs up, gets nice and soft. It's not only good for blending, but it also will help dilute a little of that product in case I am experiencing too much product, too much cakiness. But I prefer to use less product to extend the life of my product than overuse it and then have a bunch of it get soaked up by a sponge, even though the sponge does blend it really beautifully. Alright, now on to powder. I'm going back to this guy. This is a rediscovery. I forgot how much I loved this. The Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Like, good drugstore classic. I feel like everyone and their mom has used this. It used to be an old school YouTube favorite. So I'm just applying that in my under eye area. Because this is such a matte foundation and this is such a mattifying powder for Rimmel, I am sticking exclusively to my under eye area and down the center of my face, just because, I mean, this could be Cake City. These are really effective products for me anyway, and so even on my combo skin, it could be Cake City. So use a light hand if you are doing this with me. I need a coffee break. This is pre-work get ready with me, so it's time. Onto the eyes. I'm going in with my favorite. These are probably my favorite ever cream shadows just because they're so affordable and so effective. They're from e.l.f. I don't even know what. They're just their cream shadow pots. This is Cruisin Chic though. It's a pretty classic everyday taupe. Just like that. I'm going in. This is an EcoTools dual-ended blend and smudge brush. So I'm going in with the blend side. I find that a nice, good, fluffy brush like this just does the trick at blending. Like, oh, look at that pigmentation. This could be a one and done shadow, but no. Not today. We are going to use some pigments as well. Just because I figured this was probably the hardest part for me. Eyes were probably the hardest part because there are so many affordable eyeshadows out there. So I figured I would start with a cream base because you gotta have a primer. Although if I were to go with a primer, it would be, nope, not that drawer. It would be the Maybelline Anytime. Oh my goodness. It'd be this guy, the Maybelline Master Prime. This is the matte one. It just creates such a good, nice, even base across the lid. Kind of cancels out any, if you have, you know, fine color showing through from like little veins, capillaries, things like that. It just creates a really nice, smooth, even base and actually helps the shadow last. But these are my all-time favorite. I couldn't not include these here. So I'm just blending that up through the crease, also taking a little bit, actually I'm going to take the smudge side to include and smudge that along the lower lash line. Now I went between using the purple Poppin' Pratty, it's misspelled on here, but it's Party, Poppin' Party, this is the purple from e.l.f. But I decided to go instead with some really under-loved products from the drugstore. These are the Jessie's Girl Pure Pigment Eye Dust. If, like me, you don't have a Rite Aid, which is, I believe, where Jessie's Girl is exclusively sold as far as drugstores go, I ordered these online. In fact, I ordered the whole set of pigments online a while back, and I really, really love them. They're very underrated drugstore pigments, so I'm going in with Brown Sugar here, which is probably the only satin shade they have in the line, but it's a nice kind of red undertoned brown, which you might think conflicts with the cool toned taupe, but no, they go well together. They play nice. So I'm just gonna put that in the outer corner, kind of sweep it through the crease because I love a good matte shade in the crease. So there, adding a little bit more depth to that crease. Then for the inner corner, I'm going in with the shade Sunstone, which I think I talked about in a top 5 under $5 video that I did. Basically getting ready for the summer, like super easy products you can purchase under $5 to switch up your makeup game for, I believe it was summer, maybe it was spring. But this guy's beautiful and it multitasks as both an eyeshadow and a highlighter. Like, it's a beautiful goldy with a peach kind of shift undertone to it. So I'm using it here for an inner corner highlight, but you could absolutely use it as a facial highlight too. I'm not in this video because I have another ultra super favorite under $5 or under $10 that I wanted to get in here, but you absolutely could. On to mascara. This is the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One. I gotta be honest, I don't have a favorite drugstore mascara right now. I know I've had a few that I've really liked in the past, but it's been so long and I've moved on. I try and use a mascara for as long as possible just because their shelf life is so short. And so as a result, I haven't used a drugstore mascara in a while to remember which one is my favorite. I know last year I really loved the Clump Crusher, but I do not have one of those that isn't stale on hand. And so for the safety of my eyes, because I have played that eye infection game, I'm pretty sure it's from using makeup that was a little too old, I pushed my luck, I'm gonna stay with a safe mascara and go with this one because I do remember liking it okay. It's not my absolute favorite, and I certainly like it more than the one with the blue cap. I bought this one and the one with the blue cap, and the blue cap has a bigger, fluffier, more traditional mascara brush. This guy's tiny, but I find that it's just better for piling on the product while also getting doing a combo, like 2-in-1 combo motion where it separates and really distributes that product. And the blue brush, or the brush on the blue mascara, just did nothing for my lashes. It was like nothing got applied to my lashes. It was hard to build up. It was just not doing anything for me, whereas this, it does something for me. It also, this tiny wand makes it really easy to get on the lower lashes, which who doesn't love that? I just realized that all of the traffic, you're going to hear morning traffic. Normally I film at night or on the weekends when traffic is kind of at a minimum or right by a busy street. And so I'm hoping that you're not just hearing cars and motorcycles and commuters buzz by as I film this. And that is the eyes done. On to brows. This is another forgotten favorite. It's the NYC Kohl Brow Eyeliner Pencil. I'm in this, well, I'm not technically in the shade Taupe, but they have, I just haven't looked for a different shade. But that is the shade I'm using here. And I love this guy. Gotta sneeze. Oh no, not the mascara. Is it on my face? Oh, I hate it without a fail. Every time I apply mascara, I have to sneeze. Ugh. Back to the previously scheduled program, we're on to the brows. Love this pencil because it has a waxy, I mean it's very pigmented, has a waxy texture though, so in addition to kind of cleaning up and, you know, making a crisp line around the brows like a pencil will, it will also hold your brows in place. I love a good multitasker. Speaking of, after reviewing that J. Manuel Beauty lip pencil, I'm thinking of doing a video on multitaskers. I feel like I've done one before, but products that are explicitly meant to be used on multiple areas or for different multiple purposes, I think I'm going to do another video on those just because they are some of my favorites and they help you save money or at least spend more efficiently, so why not? On to the face. So I went between a couple of things here. What I'm going to be using today is a combination of the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer, the Essence Silky Touch Blush in the shade Life's a Cherry, pink one here, and this is the highlighter that I talked about earlier, my absolute favorite, ColourPop's Whisp. But if you had to consolidate all in one, I really recommend the Rimmel Kate 3-in-1 contour palette. I don't know what this is called, but this is the one, Coral Glow. I have a video on this, but it's a 3-in-1. You have a beautiful bronzer. It is shimmery, so it really is more of a bronzer, less of a matte contour, an amazing buildable blush, and then one of the most beautiful highlighters in a drugstore palette I've ever seen. Would highly recommend that, but I couldn't pass up using my favorite wisp. So here we go. For the brush here, I'm going to be using the City Color CCB201. Basically, it's, I don't know how to, it's a tapered, fluffy face brush. Yeah, sounds good. And I'm just running that, as I normally do, through the hollows of my cheeks, up through my temples, and slightly on my jawline. I always feel like this side gets so much more done than this side. I'm not sure if it's the lighting. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Do you ever feel like you have uneven sides of contour? It's like wings. No two are ever alike. But I feel like contour should be alike. For blush, I'm using an e.l.f. I hate how they don't label their blushes, I think, or brushes. I think this is just a powder, a general powder brush. Once again, into that Essence Life's a Cherry, I want to say it's called. Super light hand though, because look at how I literally tapped my brush into this blush and went in super light like that. I mean, does not take much with this. Oh. So there, and then I'm going in with Wisp. This is just so stinking, it's the perfect champagne. Oh, so stinking beautiful. And I'm going to do that with the City Color. It's a dual-ended, I think it's just a contour highlight brush. I'm going to use the highlight side of things and run that along. Who am I kidding? I'm using my finger. That's what I'm going to do. Ha! Cheekbones for days. And that is the highlight. Oh my god, I forgot how much I love this thing. Last for the lips, I'm using two products here. One is lip liner from NYX. It's pretty well loved actually. I've gone through this guy, I used to anyway. It's Peekaboo Neutral. And then I'm going in with this lip gloss. This is the Infallible 6-Hour Never Fail Gloss in Coral Sands. I feel like they change these every time they come out with them again, so I'm honestly not sure when I got this, if this is part of the current batch. Hopefully this color still exists. Basically, it's a beautiful peachy nude with kind of a champagne-y pearlescence to it. So many, not even from this line that exists in the drugstore, but it's what I have on hand. This is another color for me that's really great for overdrawing my lips. It's just that lip color for me. So there's the liner. Let's move in with the gloss. And that is it. That is the completed look. Kind of a nudie. This is really more of an everyday look for me, but it is using products all under $10. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. Awesome tag on Tati's part. Really happy this came up because it not only shows some amazing affordable products, but it helped me rediscover affordable products that I used to love and use every stinking day. So awesome. I'd love to hear what $10 products or $10 and under products you like to use in the comments below. Definitely be sure to do that. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.